Hey guys, it's Zolom coming to you. As you guys can see, this is something different that I've never done, but I wanted to speak on it because it's something I feel pretty strong about in a good way. Um, I think, I see a lot of different opinions, and I just want to talk about my experience in 2026 as a new father with a Nintendo Switch 2. So number one, what are some of the main criticisms that I see? Typically, it's about the Nintendo greed, stuff like that, which I understand. I'm never going to deny that, but I will say that a bunch of the Nintendo games that I've bought as of late have actually been really good. I'm not a Nintendo shill. I have some Pokemon stuff there. I love Zelda. I love the old Mario games. Um, you know, whole the whole catalog basically, right? But the way that I feel about it is they give me a complete game. I love the Pokemon games. I love Pokemon ZA. It's fun to dump hours into. I also think that these games were made to be able to pick up and put down. And as a new father, that's something that's been huge for me. My son was born October 21st of 2025. Today is January 24th, 2026. So even in the hospital, when there was a little bit of downtime, I was able to kind of unwind, pick the Switch up, play some games. I was mainly playing, I believe, Pokemon ZA at the time. Um, and that's just I think the convenience of a Switch 2 is being able to pick it up, put it down. Now, I'm not going to, disagree with the people that say, oh, you could get a Steam Deck, but that's not what I'm looking for, right? And let's touch on that. So when it comes to a Steam Deck, I feel like that's more for the PC gaming. Now you can emulate, and that's fine. I do it. I'm not gonna sit there and lie like I don't emulate, even on my main gaming PC. But I wanted to differentiate the two, right? I wanted to be able to play my PC games on my PC, and then go play my Nintendo games on the couch. Be able to play those, hit the power button, put it down, change my son's diaper, give him a bottle, help my fiance where she needs help, and then kind of keep moving. And those games I feel like are just made for that, right? If I'm playing Pokemon ZA, I could just pause it, boom, it doesn't really matter. If I'm playing Mario, I can pause it, boom, it doesn't really matter. When I'm playing PC games, I'm kind of locked in. And it's also pushed me to play more single player games, which has been really nice because I feel like as of late, I've gotten really burnt out on a lot of multiplayer games. Now, next thing I really want to touch on is the online, or not online, but the Switch Online, right? I actually went ahead and signed up for the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack so I could play a lot of old games just right off my Switch. Now, I do also have a 3DS XL that I did go ahead and mod, and I have a lot of retro games there too. But that fits within the same scheme, right? I just want to be able to pop this open, play for a little bit, close it, kind of go on about my day. I feel like if that's what you're looking for out of a Switch, I think that's the way to go. Um, Now, I also have turned it into my main couch console, I guess, if you will. Now they're allowing games like Madden 26. I'm a big Madden guy, as you can see, Eagles. Um, it's not the best experience, but it's not bad for a Nintendo Switch. And the fact that I can walk around playing Madden in a handheld device is amazing. And the thing is pretty decent in the hand. I know some people have bought grips. I don't have humongous hands. I also don't have really tiny, but I feel like it fits on. Only thing, maybe I would get one of those cases that has the little grips on it. I could see that being something that you might want to do. I would also say Switch 2. Like I said, I have a ton of games on here. I'm also collecting physical games just because if you can do that, why not? It kind of takes me back to that as well. I'm not having to download every single game. I just go and buy the physical ones, regardless of the physical cartridge, whatever. That stuff doesn't bother me. I know it bothers some people. It really doesn't bother me. Just because it's kind of the day and age where everything's going to be digital, so I don't really have a problem with it. I know some people online were kind of complaining about it. I just feel like a lot of people get on the Switch to Nintendo hate train, and I get it. Like I said, I'm not super pro Nintendo. I'm not everything they do is correct, right? I don't feel that way. I do feel like Nintendo puts out a solid product though. I feel like the Switch 2 is very solid. I've had way more fun with this thing than my Switch 1. Now, if I was talking about the Switch 1, this would be a totally different discussion. I ended up playing my Switch 1 for about 2 months, and then I was over it. I just did not want to touch it anymore, and just didn't see the point in it. There was good games on it. There was great games on it, actually, but I just didn't see myself playing it that often. I was like, I'll play on a PlayStation or I'll play on my PC. I'll do something else, and it just didn't do that. But with the Switch 2, it is a totally different thing. A lot more games feel super smooth. A lot of the games have gotten free updates, and the ones that you have to pay for an update hasn't really been a problem for me as well. I think I bought Tears of the Kingdom's Switch 2 upgrade and really enjoyed it. It actually changed the game, it felt like to me. It flowed a lot better. It looked amazing on my TV. It looked amazing on the Switch 2, and I couldn't recommend it anymore. But then if you get that Switch Online expansion pack, I believe it was like $80 for a whole year. You get a lot of that stuff for free, and it's worth it. Another thing is the Nintendo shop has also been updated quite a bit, it feels like. I know on the Switch 1 it used to run super slow. Now if I fire it up and I just load that bad boy up, it just loads right away. They also have a deals tab where there really are some good deals on here, you know? And you're seeing first-party Nintendo games, regardless if it's a remake or not. You're seeing first-party games that are getting discounts. And I've just really enjoyed my time with it. I think it goes by a case-by-case basis. If you're getting into it for one game, I wouldn't really recommend getting a Switch 2 at that point. I would still go with maybe a Switch Lite. You can get those pretty cheap. If you look on Facebook Marketplace, I've seen them go, believe it or not, in my area on the East Coast for about as cheap as $50. You could also get a Switch OLED for about $100, $120 if you're really looking around. I would recommend going with one of those if that's just, you're just like, oh, I want to play some of the Pokemon games, stuff like that. That's what I would recommend. But if you want to main this as your console, right? Like what I'm doing, I'm buying into the ecosystem. I bought the Switch 2 Pro controller. I've bought a bunch of games for this thing. I invested in the Switch Online expansion pass thing. I think it's well worth it. I think it is. It just makes sense. It all depends on what you're searching for. I'm searching for something that I can pick up, play it for a little while, take care of my son, jump back in, and still get a meaningful story. And then, I can relax after. And then if I want to go play on my PC, I can go play on my PC when I have some free time. But yeah, I'm not going to make this video stretch out super long. I don't do videos like this typically. But as a new father, I would highly recommend the Switch 2 to people that are just looking to be able to pick a game up, still get a good story on there. I would specifically recommend buying Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom if you haven't played it already, or if you have, getting the Switch 2 upgrade and giving it another try. I have had a ton of fun with it. I'm also now playing some Wind Waker on the GameCube edition. I guess if I had to make a couple critiques, I wish that there would be more games already on the Switch expansion. There are a ton, and they're adding more, and I've heard there's plans to add more. At the very least, I think that would be nice. I think another common critique that a lot of people have been asking for as well are themes. I'm telling you. Now you might hear themes and think that's a silly thing. If you think back to it, the 3DS had a theme, and the outside of your 3DS would typically look pretty similar to other people. Now there was a lot of models, but when it first came out, you could download a theme and the whole thing would look different. Your buddy goes and touches your 3DS and it looks way different. I would love to be able to differentiate and make it so it's not just a black or a white background. Maybe even like a moving background would be kind of cool. I would also say, that I guess there could be more that comes with the expansion pack a little bit. I'm happy with it. Like I said, I'm not mad at my purchase. I know what I was getting into. I love all the retro games. I just wish that there was a little bit more. And I didn't even touch on things like the rewards program and stuff like that. So if you guys want a part 2 to this, feel free to let me know. If you think I'm just being a Nintendo shill, also fair. I'm not a huge Nintendo guy. I played Nintendo growing up. and have since gotten pretty deep back into it since I've had a son. You know, I'm taking them back and having them try the classics, and it's just really simple. It's a lot of fun. So, like I said, let me know in the comments what you guys think. I'm sorry if this was just a super random video. I feel like that's my favorite videos to watch on YouTube. So, I hope you guys have a beautiful day. And like I said, let me know your thoughts. Peace out, guys.